The air in Dresden is heavy, thick with a tension that seems to seep into every corner of the city. Tonight, as late October 2025 settles in, a chilling wind sweeps through the city's historic streets, rattling old windows and swirling fallen leaves along the cobblestones. But it's not just the cold that makes people shiver. It's a sense of deep unease, a collective anxiety that clings to every passerby. Families huddle together in their living rooms, faces illuminated by the blue glow of the television, searching for comfort in routine. The evening news has become a ritual of dread, each headline another blow to already frayed nerves. Deepest recession since reunification. Government in deadlock. The words echo in living rooms across the city. The numbers are staggering, the graphs a downward spiral, and the political paralysis seems absolute. Leaders argue on screens, but solutions feel further away than ever. Dresden, a city that has rebuilt itself from ashes, is now facing a different kind of crisis. A slow, invisible erosion of confidence and hope. Parents exchange worried glances over the heads of their children, who sense the tension in the room, even if they don't understand the words. The news shows shuttered storefronts, grim economic forecasts, and endless political infighting. Once busy shops now stand empty, their windows dark. For these families, the crisis isn't just a headline, it's their daily reality. Rising bills, job fears, and a growing sense of abandonment weigh on every conversation. The dream of a secure future, once so vivid, now feels like a fading memory, a photograph from a different era. As the broadcast ends and the screen goes dark, silence returns to the room, heavier and more oppressive than before, as if the walls themselves are holding their breath. Outside, the Frauenkirche stands in the night, its illuminated dome casting a lonely glow over an empty square. Once a symbol of hope and resilience, it now feels more like a solitary sentinel, watching over a city in limbo. Dresden, like millions across Germany, is left with a gnawing question. How did we get here? In quiet cafes and on deserted streets, people search for answers that never seem to come. The night offers no answers, only a deeper, more profound quiet. Streetlights cast long shadows, but reveal nothing. The city holds its breath, waiting for something, anything to break the silence, to signal a change or a new beginning. The weight of uncertainty presses down on every home, seeping through walls and under doors, settling in the hearts of those inside. The sense of community, once a source of strength, now feels strained. Neighbors pass each other in silence, hope in short supply, and conversations are hushed and brief. The storm is gathering, both in the sky and in the hearts of Dresden's people, and no one knows when, or if, it will pass, or what will be left when it does. In Dresden, the silence is not just the absence of sound, but a presence all its own. A heavy, watchful quiet that lingers long after the news has ended and the city has gone to sleep. Germany, once Europe's economic powerhouse, is in freefall. The official declaration of recession sent shockwaves across the continent. Years of stability have given way to chaos, energy prices soaring, exports collapsing, and political leadership paralyzed. The coalition government is fractured, leaving the nation rudderless. Trust in established parties has plummeted as citizens watch leaders bicker while the country suffers. Energy bills have doubled, inflation eats away at savings, and grocery trips spark anxiety. Shelves show gaps, a subtle sign of supply chain breakdowns. This downturn feels existential, a crisis of identity, not just economics. The post-war promise of stability and growth lies in tatters. The social contract, work hard, live well, has been broken. As indicators spiral downward, a once unthinkable question is whispered. Has Germany's golden age ended? The nation stands on the edge, uncertain and afraid. The statistics tell one story, painting a picture of numbers and trends, but behind every chart is a human life, a family, a community. But the empty streets tell the truth, a truth that numbers alone can't capture. In cities like Hamburg and Munich, once bustling boulevards are quiet, shops shuttered, and the hum of daily commerce has faded into silence. People save what little they have, afraid of the future, stretching every euro, making impossible choices between heating and eating. The joy of daily life has been replaced by grim necessity. Laughter and conversation are replaced by silence and worry. The housing crisis is now a catastrophe. Rents skyrocket, construction halts, and families are priced out of neighborhoods they once called home. Young people struggle to find even shared apartments. Independence feels out of reach, and dreams of a place of their own seem to slip further away. The energy crisis compounds the misery. Families sit in cold, dim rooms, forced into managed decline, rationing warmth as winter bites harder. Social fabric frays, neighbors avoid each other, competition for resources grows, and a sense of community is replaced by suspicion and isolation. Trust in the system erodes, rules feel rigged, and people question whether anyone is truly looking out for them. For the young, the promise of prosperity is a cruel joke, replaced by uncertainty and frustration. Graduates can't find jobs, apprenticeships are scarce, and the path to a stable future is blocked at every turn. Pessimism hangs over a generation cheated of opportunity, their ambitions stifled before they can even begin. Infrastructure crumbles, politics stalls, and the future looks bleak, as if the country itself is stuck in limbo. Anxiety is everywhere, optimism is gone, replaced by a quiet, persistent fear of what tomorrow might bring. The nation's spirit is battered, its people weary, carrying the weight of uncertainty and loss. Germany is losing not just wealth but hope, a sense of possibility slipping away, leaving only questions about what comes next. Germany's industrial engine, the pride of the nation for generations, is sputtering, its once mighty rhythm now faltering in the face of relentless change and global pressures. Factories that once buzzed with activity now stand silent. Mass layoffs sweep through communities, and the familiar hum of prosperity is replaced by an unsettling quiet that echoes through empty halls. When a major employer shuts down, it's not just a company that disappears, entire towns are left reeling. The domino effect ripples outward, gutting local economies, shuttering shops, and leaving main streets deserted. Skilled workers, once secure in their livelihoods, now face the harsh reality of unemployment. They must compete fiercely for a shrinking pool of jobs, their expertise suddenly undervalued in a changing world. The psychological blow is immense. Identity and pride, built over decades of hard work, are stripped away. For many, work was more than a job, it was a source of dignity and belonging. Local pubs, once lively gathering spots filled with laughter and stories, are now hushed. Conversations are replaced by quiet despair, as communities struggle to find hope. The decline reveals a deeper, systemic problem, an over-reliance on old industrial models and outdated technology that can no longer keep pace with the modern world. Germany was slow to embrace the digital revolution, lagging behind in critical fields like artificial intelligence, software development, and biotechnology, while other nations surged ahead. While others invested boldly in the future, Germany clung to the comfort of its industrial past, missing opportunities to innovate and transform. Now, as global competition intensifies, Germany's once revered industrial strategy appears increasingly outdated and ill-equipped for the challenges ahead. The rust isn't just on factory gates, it's creeping into the nation's economic vision, threatening the very foundation of its prosperity. The Made in Germany miracle, once a symbol of quality and innovation, is fading fast, its luster dimmed by years of neglect and missed opportunities. Now, the country stands at a crossroads. To survive and thrive, Germany must confront a new reality, adapt boldly to the future, or risk a slow and painful decline. The legacy of 2015's refugee wave still shapes Germany's crisis. Integrating over 1 million newcomers proved far harder than expected. Public services, schools, healthcare, housing are stretched thin, fueling resentment. Many migrants have integrated, but a visible underclass remains, complicating the national conversation. The economic downturn has intensified competition and stoked anti-migrant sentiment. Calls for stricter controls and cuts to benefits now dominate the debate. The question of identity, what it means to be German, is more urgent and divisive than ever. The unresolved legacy of migration is a fault line the crisis exploits. In crisis, people seek simple answers. The AfD, once fringe, has tapped into anger and disillusionment, blaming elites, immigrants, and the EU. As mainstream parties flounder, the AfD's rallies grow, their message amplified by social media. The party's rise is forcing a realignment. Coalitions with the far right are no longer unthinkable. The tone of politics has shifted. Compromise gives way to confrontation. The AfD frames the debate as a culture war, deepening divisions. The political center's under siege, and the nation's unity is at risk. Decades after reunification, Germany remains divided. The East feels the crisis most: lower wages, higher unemployment, and a sense of being left behind. Resentment fuels protest votes and support for the AfD. Stereotypes persist, poisoning East-West relations. The promise of unity remains unfulfilled. Grievances run deep. The crisis exposes the failure to forge a shared identity. The East-West divide is now a fracture shaking the nation's foundations. Made in Germany was once a global symbol of excellence. Now industrial giants struggle to keep up with rapid change. Late to the electric vehicle revolution, burdened by high energy costs, German companies are losing their edge. Bureaucracy and risk aversion stifle innovation. Startups flee for more dynamic environments. The nation's industrial identity is eroding, pride replaced by anxiety. The confidence that German products would always be the best is gone. As the label loses its luster, Germany faces a painful question. If not the world's workshop, then what? The search for a new identity has begun. As federal elections approach, Germany's political landscape is more fragmented than ever. The big tent parties are losing support, the center is collapsing. Voters turn to extremes, making stable government nearly impossible. Coalition building will be a nightmare, likely resulting in weak, unstable leadership. Political instability deepens national paralysis and erodes trust. Euroscepticism rises, the AfD frames the EU as a burden. Even Dexit is now discussed, a sign of growing discontent. The nation faces the election with anxiety, not hope. The future is uncertain, the social contract broken. Germany stands at a crossroads, its path forward shrouded in fog.